Well, hello there.
Hello?
I took some time off last weekend. It was a long weekend for me. My girl was in town, and I wanted to recharge my batteries in the unlikely event that I got promoted. Guess what? I didn't.
Hey, Nelson, he's really hurt.
See, nobody cares.
First things first, I want to cover the Pistol Brace AmNeStY thing. We all know that the receiver ban, though there's kind of a partial injunction in one of the three cases, is in effect. And we have to deal with the consequences of the frames and receiver rule that the ATF has unlawfully put in place. And we know it's unlawful, and it's been supported by the EPA Supreme Court decision, which highlighted how Chevron deference doesn't apply to an executive agency that makes and then enforces their own rules, essentially with the penalty of law.
Zoinks! It's the gay blade of the ghost set again!
Because an executive agency can only enforce what Congress has made. We all know that. They need reminders, and of course they're going to get away with what they can get away with, so that's why we're in this situation. So these cases are, again, going to have to go to the Supreme Court, and the more victories we get on Chevron deference, the better, because each agency is going to need to take an L for them to understand Chevron deference. So I say all that to say, the ATF put out a AmNeStY period for pistol braces, and the AmNeStY period is going to allow people to take a picture of their gun. First, let me be 100% clear on this. I don't think it's lawful or appropriate for them to say, well, we're going to give you this AmNeStY period for this thing that's 100% legal to go online right now and buy, put on an AR-15 lower, and build an AR-15 pistol. It is 100% legal to do that. And it's legal based off of a previous ATF determination, which I already don't like, but they essentially said, no, this is completely fine. Millions of people bought even more millions of these things, and then they come out and say, well, no, we actually don't like that because the Brady campaign paired with this administration, and that's what they're going after. They want to take something from us that can hurt us because, to be honest, SBRs weren't as prevalent out there, and once pistols came out and pistols became more prevalent and better, instead of just having the fuzzy buffer tube, it kind of caused an explosion in having a shorter barreled pistol AR-15. You know it, I know it, we know it, here we are. I'm kind of in a weird place with this because it's tyranny and it's unlawful. And when it goes to the Supreme Court, it'll get struck down. Because of that, I worry that if you take the AmNeStY and then it gets struck down in the Supreme Court, are you then going to be on the hook for all those tax stamps at once? That's my question. Because the government loves money, and the ATF is an extension of the IRS, and they're not going to let millions of people paying $200 go out the window. So I am concerned about that. However, I plan to SBR 2 to 3 lowers anyway. I have a bunch of SBA 3s, and I want to, they suck as stocks. They're not stocks, they're pistol braces. They're not steady, they're not designed to be a stock. And the length of pull is trash. I want to SBR my lowers, and I want to have SBRs. It's just better. Everything about them is better. I love it. The only thing you lose is being able to transport it 50 states. Well, not quite 50 states, but you know what I mean. You can transport it without notifying the ATF, which is also something they don't want to give up, see? So here we go, spinning down the rabbit hole of all the things you're going to lose if you register it as an SBR. Shit. Now, my thoughts on it are this. There's always in my mind going to be that paranoia floating of, if I take the AmNeStY thing, are they later, when it gets overturned, going to come for that money, or just come for that money in general because it's written that you pay $200 for a tax stamp? So will they then come back and be like, oh, sorry, we talked to our lawyers and we actually found out we can't do this. So you're gonna have to give us all this money. And that's, for me, gonna be $400 to $600 out of pocket immediately, if I were to take this offer that they have on the table. Now, I'm a YouTuber, so they already know I have the shit. For those that don't know, the feds monitor YouTube and social media and all this other stuff. There's agencies that break them up and they all monitor stuff. The FBI was monitoring the New York subway shooter. He had like 40 subscribers. So you know good and damn well they're putting a lot of people on all these YouTube channels just to wait and see when somebody starts getting too mouthy. And it's intel for them. But anyhow, and I already have NFA items. I already have suppressors. I plan to buy more suppressors, and I plan to have SBRs. So I'm already burnt. So regardless of my feelings, the ATF already has a tax stamp on me. They already have a file and all this other stuff. And anytime I file for stuff in the future, they're just gonna drag and drop it in my little folder because everything's digitized now.
Oh, fuck.
And the e-forms. So the thing that concerns me though is you're gonna have to take a picture of your gun and send it to them. Now, what I don't know if it's just the lower or the fully assembled firearm. So that's a question I have. And what are they gonna do with these pictures? But they already have my picture because I have a suppressor. So here we are. My recommendation to you is weigh these options, weigh these concerns, and they presently don't know how many SBA 3s, SBA 4s, whatever pistol braces there are out there. And you will confirm for them how many there are by registering it as an SBR. Now, most people do it anyway, but it is what it is. Some people buy these to not register it as an SBR because it's perfectly legal to own. So there's the rub. You have to make decisions for yourself. I'm not going to tell you what to do one way or another. For me, I already know I'm going to register these as SBRs, so I might just take the free tax stamps. But again, it's the slimy ATF, which is an extension of the IRS, so they're going to come for that money. You're not going to tell me that the government's going to leave billions to trillions of dollars on the table. I mean, just think of 1 million registrations times 200. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that math. Then make it 5 million, then make it 10 million. So, and there's some states where SBRs aren't legal. Those people are now going to be in a difficult position. So there's a lot of bullshit with this.
Don't bullshit me. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
It is going to get challenged. It is going to have to go to the Supreme Court. We're going to have to wait that whole time. And in the interim, you're going to be a criminal. So, which they don't have the legal authority to do. I keep saying this, and I don't, there's too many scared gun owners is the problem. Do I give in to the tyranny and get the free tax stamps I was going to pay for anyway? I might do that. I still have to think about it. I know people in the comments are going to have feelings about it either way, but in my mind, if they're giving away free tax stamps I was going to buy anyway, I might as well take it.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
The other option is not to register it and not to go through that process because you weren't planning to do an SBR anyway, or they're not legal where you are. That's up to you. Don't tell me about it. Don't talk about it in the fucking comments. Don't post it on Facebook. Don't post pictures of your shit. I don't want to know. You keep that to yourself. OPSEC is key, and almost everybody that does dumb shit has a loud mouth.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
I am diametrically opposed to the concept of this. I am diametrically opposed to the tyrannical overreach, and I do not trust the ATF. Plain and simple. So we'll see what happens, but everything I own is 100% legal, and the NFA items that I've purchased, I've gone through the proper process, purchased the tax stamps, all this stuff. So you have to make a decision. And the other small piece of this, which is going to kind of be a transition, everybody's on the Fuck BDU, the Big Daddy Unlimited bandwagon because they're a bunch of buddy fuckers. So all the SBA 3s I've purchased are from Buddy Fucker Big Daddy Unlimited. They've been a part of one gun buyback that we know of so far. And they're doing some shady shit with the assisted or force reset or whatever sort of trigger that I didn't buy because I saw the writing on the wall for that. And quite frankly, I like to control every aspect of my firearm, so having a binary trigger or a assisted reset trigger is not my kind of thing. If you have them and you like them, that's up to you. Enjoy them. I'm not telling you not to have them or not to enjoy them. That's completely up to you. And I support everyone's right to have them. It's just not my thing. But Big Daddy Unlimited turned state's witness, and they also have a record of all the purchases I had for the short period of time that I had Big Daddy Unlimited, just like most people did back when Grand Thumb was pushing them, because it sounded like a great idea, right?
Okay. Whatever you say.
But now the only places I buy things are from Big Tex Ordnance, Rooftop Defense, 2AF, AR-15 Safe Space, or Primary Arms has a lot of good deals, and then I'll buy direct from Geisley sometimes. Those are the places I go because I trust them. I trust them not to turn on us. But as you can see with the behavior of Big Daddy Unlimited in court, what they'll do, and it's looking like they're not so financially sound. So if they do declare bankruptcy and they do go under and the company fails, guess who gets all their records? The ATF. Which no one's really talking about. And the other thing is to get out of hot water if they have any mess ups on their books or something's not quite right. Maybe we can work this out if you give us the list of everyone that bought pistol braces. You see where that's going?
It don't. It don't go down.
Robert, it goes down.
No, it don't.
It do go down.
Oh! Don't.
Let's just stay on top of this and get through it. FPC and GOA are more FPC than GOA. GOA is finally in gear. Don't take your foot off the throat of GOA. They're that guy that's always making excuses why they're not moving faster or getting their stuff ready, or when you're on a hike and you're like, all right, let's take 10, they're trying to take 20 or 30. They're always trying to slow the process down. So I'm glad GOA's got their ass in gear. I'm glad GOA's finally doing stuff, but they need to stay in this gear. So we need to stay on top of GOA and don't let them rest. Don't let them sit down, because they're gonna be there for the rest of the day. They're gonna quit if you let them, because they would love to just rake in money based on their accomplishments and not do anything else, just like the NRA did. So we got to keep GOA honest. But FPC and GOA are putting all these challenges in court. With the challenges in court, you're seeing a lot of different challenges on assault weapons bans, magazines, even the framer receiver stuff, all this stuff.
Behold, my stuff.
I'm telling you right now, whatever victories they secure, there's going to be a district court or a circuit court that's going to undo it. And it's going to need to go to the Supreme Court. It's bad because it delays justice and it puts us in a precarious situation until a Supreme Court decisions come out. However, the more Supreme Court decisions come out that reinforce all of this, the more case law there is and the more victories there are, and the thicker the wall gets. So even if they do get rid of somehow the text and tradition decision, there's already other decisions that they would have to get rid of on top of that. So, and if they're different enough in their scope and nature, then it's not as simple as, well, we get rid of this one thing and all of them fall off. It's all these cases are slightly different or different enough that, yeah, they might be applying that standard, but it also generates new precedent. So it's good for us. However, I don't like that all this stuff needs to happen. I hate that they always come after our rights, and I hate that it's a constant fight, but it is what it is. We have to stay on top of it, and we need to keep stacking court victories. On top of that, I'm gonna harp on this until all these elections are over, and then I'm gonna keep harping on it, but you need to vote. You need to vote in your local elections, your county, state, federal, all of it. You need to stay on top of it. There were people in my local area that were really concerned about the school district and how they were behaving. And we had some elections this year and it completely pulled those people out. There's been a tidal shift in people seeing things that happen and not liking it, and they're regular people. The regular people are waking up to this stuff. So it's not just you anymore. It's a bunch of people saying, why are my taxes so high? Although they passed that fucking ad valorem mileage stuff by the skin of their teeth, but I don't think people understand what they're voting for half the time, and then they get mad when their taxes go up. But anyways, you have to be involved. And how many times have you seen your school budget go up and your taxes go up because of it, and you're like, I can't afford this. Why do they keep doing this? And they keep wasting the budget, but it keeps getting passed because no one votes. All the people that are in power, that are trying to hold on to power, want you to stay home. They don't want you to go vote. I'm never going to tell you who to vote for. I have my own personal opinions, and a lot of people that come to my channel are geared the same way as I am, plus or minus, but I know there's liberals on my channel. I know there's Democrats on my channel. I think there's a leftist or two because someone got mad I was talking shit about Soros.
No. Anyway, last week...
There's a lot of people that come to my channel that aren't right-leaning or conservative or libertarian or constitutionalist. There's a wide political spectrum of people that like guns, and some of them vote against their own self-interest. I feel like you need to be able to have a dialogue. So you need to be able to talk to each other, even if we disagree, and even after talking we still disagree. I'd rather have that conversation with you. I'd rather go back and forth. So long as it doesn't devolve into, you stupid fucking idiot, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm doing here. The other thing I want to talk about too, while we're on stupid fucking idiot, because it reminded me, there's a lot of bench sitters that are trying to justify not taking action. They're trying to justify not getting involved or voting or doing all this stuff because they have the whole cop-out of, well, I'm just not gonna comply with the assault weapons ban. Okay, well, the federal assault weapons ban, HR 1808, has a grandfather clause. So when you're saying I'm not gonna comply, what that means is you get to keep the shit you already have, you don't get to buy new shit, and they're only gonna sell the new shit to military and law enforcement.
Fuck.
I can't tell you how many times that I went in and just tried to buy a LE package HK, and they're like, well, I need to see some credentials because that's a law enforcement model. And you're like, no, man, that's just what they call the package. It's not restricted to law enforcement. It's not a blue label Glock. They're like, nope, it says law enforcement. I'm not going to sell it to you unless I see some creds. And it's stupid. There's so many dumb people out there. So you might have an AR-15 and you might be able to buy replacement parts, but the only place you can buy it, because they'll probably pass legislation or try to ban online sales, or there's going to be couriers that won't carry it, so on and so forth. So you're going to have to go to your local gun store. And then what if you have one of those idiots and you won't be able to buy the parts you need to keep what few guns you do have running? And then you're mad at the mill and law enforcement guys because they can go buy this shit freely because of what they chose to do with their life. I wish I had $1 for every time I heard that fucking speech. Saying you're not going to comply with the assault weapons ban is dumb because they've written in the grandfather clause and there's nothing to resist at that point. So you're essentially saying you're going to do nothing, and then the result of that resistance that you're going to offer is nothing. So you're doing nothing to be nothing, to get nothing, and then when future generations look to you and ask, why didn't you fight for this? You'll just say, well, I didn't comply. Yeah, cool, thanks, you fucked us over. Did you vote? Did you do anything? No, you just sat there and watched it happen and fucked us over.
I don't get it.
You see, phase 1, collect underpants. Phase 2, phase 3, profit.
Oh, I get it. No, you don't, fat ass.
I can't tell you how many Fudds there are. In upstate New York, where I was born, I had to listen to until I left for the Navy. Holy shit. Like the mental gymnastics they go through. And, well, we just couldn't get it together. Oh, you know, we couldn't come together on this subject. They can go to play golf. They can go on their little boats on the weekend. They can go to the vineyard and get wine. But, oh my God, voting? No, can't get them together to do that. Let's not be like them. That's my whole mission with this, is we need to get involved. These midterm elections and your local and state elections are important too, as well as the presidential election in 2024. These are all essential. We have to take back responsibility in our civic duty so we can fix these things, because all these challenges, all these court challenges have to go through start to finish, and you know they're not going to let it die in a district court or a circuit court. They're going to force it to go to the Supreme Court, hoping that we run out of money or interest or whatever, and that it dies eventually. And the only thing they respect is the Supreme Court, which is infuriating. It's infuriating for us to watch this, because every single time, every challenge takes millions of dollars and years, and they are more than happy to exhaust those resources for us, but we can't give up. And you have to vote. If you take the people out of office the legal way, they are not there to make these dumbass laws in the first place. So it's a multi-pronged approach. If you're only doing one thing, then you're gonna fail. You have to hit this from multiple angles constantly to keep them on the defensive, and eventually they'll quit because there's no support anymore. And there's a title shift. It's started to become, hey, this is getting really crazy, so let's stick with what we know, which is not as crazy. So you're seeing people in the middle and the people on the right kind of come together. The people on the left are just going further and further, and they never stop. So we have the momentum, we just have to use it, and we have to take this opportunity that we may never have again and push forward with it. So just food for thought. And what it boils down to again, family, finances, fitness, food, water, and ammo. Make sure you're taking care of all those things, and take care of everybody around you as best you can, because no one's coming, it's up to us. Thanks for watching. I hope this video finds you in good spirits and everybody's doing okay. Take care out there. So guess what her favorite thing is to lay on? And when I start, yeah, okay. And when I start trying to brush her hair off so I can do a video, yeah, exactly. 'Cause it's hers. It's not anyone else's. Right? Yeah. It's definitely hers. No one else's. And then somebody meows because he can't get up where she is. So this is what I deal with every time I make a video. And this is him. And they don't get along because of course they don't. Because he's like this big. And she's probably wondering, what is he doing up here? He can't get up here. This is my spot. Every single time. And this is his first time looking at the sink. Come here, bud. But look how long his tail is. He's gonna be huge. And he wags it like a dog when you pet him and stuff. But yeah. She's not gonna be happy about this. But yeah, this is what I have to deal with every time I try to do a video now. So not only do I have to edit all day long, this is what I have to deal with. Just to get started. I haven't even put the rifle on the table yet.
It don't matter. None of this matters.